that baby. Brandon, you're all set?
I am all set.
All right. Let us begin on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, shame.
Okay, oh my god. All you really need to know, this is 1993, I'm 20, I'm attending the University of Central Florida. I've been writing a popular opinion column, like people really liked it, and it was just fucking weird, but anyway. I was the opinion editor of the school paper, and I had just now decided I wanted to be a writer when I grew up, so I had to be all insightful, and here we go. December 8th, 12:55 a.m. Let's see if I can make sense of the last few days and somehow get enough sleep for tomorrow. I don't know. See what happens. I went back to Tallahassee on Sunday. Tallahassee was where I learned that people don't suck. It's society. The society that takes people who are inherently good and makes them into racists or femme fatales or cynics or cops. Or any of the million other shitty acts we put on to protect ourselves from having our hearts brutally crushed one more time. It's kill or be killed, friend. Protect yourself or get destroyed. It's really rough out there. People are becoming more and more self-centered. Yeah. If I had $1 for every girl I knew with either a rabid ex-boyfriend, asshole parents, or a flat-out, unrelentingly cynical attitude towards relationships, then I wouldn't be sitting here with a cold at 1 a.m. listening to Unrest. How did you people do this? I guess being used for sex would do that to someone. I wonder how many girls out there that has happened to. They give themselves up to a horny guy who tells her what she wants to hear, then bangs the shit out of her, then never calls again. You're next, bro. The old self is destroyed, and in its place is a stronger, wiser woman seething with bitterness. If I was a woman, I would be used for sex all the time. I'm dumb enough to trust people. Oh, God. But anyway, as I was saying before, Tallahassee was where I learned that people don't suck. Specifically, one person made me realize this. Her name is Laura, and although I hardly know her, she instantly has found herself on the high plateau. I put everyone who strikes me as fearless and brilliant. She was in tune with everything, her own rhythms. I'll never forget sitting on the green at FSU, watching her walk by, smiling, looking up at everything. If she was a cartoon, all of the animals would flock to her and tell her how things are in the world of nature today. Cheerful, but not annoying. I had always thought that the two went together like, fuck. I can't write. I can never do justice to everything. I couldn't explain seeing Alyssa again, or being in her bed, or realizing that Laura will never understand how I see her, or the Lemonheads, or envy. I can't think straight. I'm so depressed and full of resignation about the whole thing. I lack the joie de vivre of Kerouac and Henry Miller. I feel like my life is interesting enough to put into print. But it is. Having friends like Frog, Dana, and Alyssa, seeing all the beautiful things in the world with my eyes, the girls, Evan Dando singing Shaky Ground, playing guitar, the weather, Mark Robinson singing Would You Die For Me, and then answering no. I can't do it. All I can write about is farting and Miss Pac-Man. This is the jazz improv that goes nowhere. I'm the trumpet player who doesn't want to play anything. I feel obligated to write, but I don't think that I could ever do justice to everything I saw and felt this weekend. This is why I drink. Especially to get myself writing, because it's lonely and depressing and frustrating, and for some reason I love doing it. It all seems worthwhile when you actually do get something pegged. When you hit the nail on the head, it's a buzz better than sex. No. But alcohol is necessary because there's no other way to get it going except to kill the inhibition. Maybe coffee. When I learned that people don't suck, I spent the next few days saying little to anyone. I didn't say a damn thing to Frog or Eric on the ride back. I tried to explain everything I felt to Frog, but he didn't understand what I was talking about. Leaving Tallahassee gave me one of the most profound feelings of sadness that I have ever felt. I was in love with Laura, all the qualities that she showed me. Perhaps I filled in the rest, but I don't think so. From her, I found out what I want from a woman. And Alyssa only sort of has it, a mere fraction of Laura. Susan never will. Steph's close, but she doesn't read enough. None of the other girls I know have it. They don't exist at UCF. I think that maybe this one reminds me of Laura, but then she reveals herself as pure, unmitigated evil. I found that out about Andy Johnson, not Atwell. Two Andys, awesome. Tonight, she's just another societal casualty. Laura's unscathed, I think. I think should be the key phrase of this whole thing. I haven't been around Laura enough for me to see her negative side, if there is such a thing. She turned me down for dinner for whatever reason, which made me realize that I didn't really have anywhere near as much significance to her as she to me. Sometimes I think I'm better off with my illusions and should just keep Laura as a myth. Besides, she's leaving FSU for new college next week anyway, and I'll never see her again, right? Wrong? Maybe?
Wonderful job, Brian. Wonderful job. Is going to get the mic ready for you. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Brian, before we start this interview, first and foremost, I would like to say what an honor it is to be up here at the final Shame That Tune, sitting here in your chair, getting to lob some tough balls over to you. Tough balls. I've been studying up on your interviewer lingo, and tough balls is one of them that's stuck.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it truly is a thrill to be up here with you. I feel like this must have been what it felt like when David Letterman had Johnny on as a guest for the very first time. It's really exciting just for me.
Thank you.
That being said, after years of sitting up here on stage and hearing a bunch of contestants' equally shameful stories, how does it feel to finally have the tables on you? Answer the question, please.
It's so ridiculous and absurd, and I felt horrible but fun. I don't know. It's okay. I have boxes of this shit. Boxes. Oh my god.
I think I smell
I kept them all. Why did I keep them all? Because they're going to be in a library of my writing, along with all my texts from the last 3 years of people that are just emoji laden. They're just going to the University of Texas somewhere. No, I don't know. I'm burning them all. You don't.
Why don't you go ahead and leave a couple for me? We'll do some sessions.
Okay.
Then we'll decide. Now, since its inception here, we've heard a bunch of shameful anecdotes over the years. Countless tales of discharging bodily fluids involuntarily. Many, many stories of young girls turning into women and not understanding their bodies. In one such case, using a tampon described as though it were a hot dog being placed into a bun.
Is she here?
Yeah, I think I saw her. Now, after many years of doing the show and having a bunch of these themes come up time and time again, surely at some point we collectively were beginning to feel as though we'd heard them all. And then tonight, right out of the gate, you drop a bomb on us in the form of Tallahassee was where I learned that people don't suck. I think I agree with most people when I say that it's not really the first nor 100th city that springs to mind when asked about places of spiritual enlightenment. if you would please tell us, how does Tallahassee differentiate from, say, Kissimmee?
Titusville, Tatesville. There's a Tatesville in Central Florida too.
I'm familiar with it.
I grew up in Central Florida. I went to high school there, I went to college there, so any road trip just took on incredible significance. And Tallahassee was 5 hours away. The next big city was Atlanta, which was like 7 or 8 hours away. So it's kind of like any place that was not Orlando was just, oh, I'm in Tampa right now. You're kind of just trapped there in this weird-ass peninsula that, so everything was just like, where if you grew up here, you could go to Wisconsin Dells or wherever, it's like, and that was, Tallahassee was, yeah, I know, it's not in the top 100.
Yeah.
If I've learned anything since then, yeah.
That's fair, that's fair. Florida remains a focus of a lot of your work. Both of your novels, The Enchanters versus Sproulburg Springs and Losing in Gainesville, both take place in the Sunshine State, which is often considered the butt of many jokes for others here in the country. Having been raised there, though, it has provided you with a fountain of inspiration. What is it that you could share with us just about Florida on a whole? I know you spoke a little bit about Tallahassee, but what are some things us Midwesterners don't get about people from that panhandle and its mysterious ways?
About Tallahassee or about
just the Florida vibe in general? It's a place that has tickled my interest. Beyond Paintsville, I'm not very familiar with the rest of that state.
Oh gosh, I think it gets a bad rap in a lot of ways. I think this weird Florida meme has been overdone, like what Indiana's normal. Yeah. Okay.
It's really the Florida of the Midwest.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I think I always found when I go there now, and growing up, there was this. You had to make your own fun, and then and if you met people who were weird, I mean, there's a guy named Frog there, that's right, he was really weird. And people were like really fucking weird in a really great way. And they were just creating in a void. There was no hope of like anyone giving a shit. And that was wonderful, because you just could, create this void and learn from all your mistakes, or start to, and then, I don't know, there was always this like magical adventure, and it wasn't completely filled with douchebags and Republicans and horrible people, but I mean, when people are weird, they were weird. And there was no like, I'm doing this, like, I dyed my hair pink, I'm gonna fit in art school now. Like, no, it was like real.
Yeah, they're so weird, even the South kind of is like, now you're not a part of us.
Oh, yeah.
We're a weird thing. Looking back on your past as yourself, a big part of the show is we look back at people's lives. We hear embarrassing stories, but we feel empathy because these are experiences we've all shared and felt. If you could go back and see the Brian who had written this brilliant piece of work, what advice would you have for him?
Oh God, it's just bad writing. You just have, that's all there is to it. And I was just trying to make sense of my. No, the shit's bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like. Keep at it, That's what I did. I mean, you have to, no matter what you do, you just suck for a long, long time, and then you eventually get better.
Amen with that. Brian, before we let you go, is there anything you'd like to talk about what you're doing here and beyond?
I'm conducting a 6-week Shame That Tune training course. No, I'm kidding. It'll be in the California wine. No, we're not. I have nothing to promote. I'm not doing anything anymore after this show. I'm just just gotta woo. Finally.
No,
not really.
Guys, one more round of applause for Brian.